Hello, people of YouTube. Today we will be doing deck reveal of this man right here, Andrew's deck.
Hello.
He's a local white guy. His deck is the water deck, and it is pretty good. For monsters, we'll go weakest to strongest. We'll tell you the effects. We'll tell you the level. And we'll tell you the main strategy if we want to. Tell you the main strategy for them.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want a deck, this is the way to go. I mean...
No, it's not.
Shut up. Anyways. So
if you want a deck, get it removed from play deck.
My water deck, it has 10 traps, 12 spells, and it has 18 monsters and 40 total cards, which I believe that 40 cards is the best to have because you can get your monsters out by drawing. You have the best
Unless you deck out.
Shut up. I mean, that could happen, but I think it's better to get your good monsters out while you have them in your 40-card deck. Now, my first three I'm going to show you, which we're going from weakest monsters to strongest monsters. And, I mean, this card could end up my strongest monster. I run 3 drill barnacles in my deck. This card can attack your opponent directly. Each time this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, this card gains 1,000 attack. So it starts out at 300, and you can put him down on the field, and he's only level 3, and you can attack, and then he's at 1,300. And it's good with some spell cards that I'll show you in a bit. Alright. Next cards, I have 2 of Mother Grizzly. When this card is sent to graveyard as rolled to battle, you may select 1 water monster with an attack of 1,500 or less, which I'll either choose Drill Barnacle or Mermaid Knight. Those are the only 2 I can choose. Or another Mother Grizzly. And, yeah. So I run 2 of those, and they're pretty good. They got a good attack, and, you know, they got, if you put them face down and beginning your turn, they attack them, and you can summon another one right away. And it's pretty good. And Mermaid Knight, I got 3 of her. As long as Umi remains face up on the field, this card can attack twice during the battle, same battle phase. She's got 1,500, and Umi gives her 200 bonus, so she'll have 1,700, and she can attack twice. So it's pretty cool, and I have 3 of them. So I could attack 6 times with 3 cards. If I have Umi on the field, which I only have 1. I have an Umi Ruku, but it doesn't count, because it's not Umi.
You know, you got Umi in one of your folders?
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you put that in the deck?
Oh, well. And I got... I got 3 Hydrogeddons, which Hydrogeddons are pretty cool. I mean, they're awesome. When this card destroys an opponent's opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Hydrogeddon from your deck. So, if I destroy, you know, enemy's monster, I can go through my deck. If I don't have, like, one of these already in the graveyard or one of them in my hand, I can go through their deck, and that's why I run 3 of them, so I can get another one out almost for sure, unless it's, like, at the end of the duel or whatever. And summon another one and attack with him again. So, Hydrogeddon's pretty bad, eh? And then Armed Sea Hunter, my most powerful, 4-star or lower. If you control another face-up water monster, negate the effects of the monster that battle with this card. After damage calculation, if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy 1 face-up level 3 or lower water monster you control instead. So this is the only level 3 or lower water monster I have, unless I have my Legendary Ocean on the field, which gives all my level 4s down to level 3, so I can do any of it. But that's if I have that on the field, and I only have 1 of them, so it's kind of hard to do. So my deck does have a few flaws, but, I mean, I don't know.
Every deck has a few flaws.
Yeah, every deck has a few flaws. You can't have a perfect deck, unless you're like, Yugioh. You know, the original one, man, that guy wins every duel. Alright, and then I have Mobius.
No, you'd go with Mojo first.
Oh, whatever.
Because he's weaker than Mobius.
Magio Shallion. Your opponent cannot select this card as an attack target while they control any spell or trap cards. During battle between this attacking card and defense position monster, whose defense is lower than the attack of this card, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent. It has 2,000 attack, and it only takes 1 tribute. And if I have Legendary Ocean on the field, I can summon it right away, because then it'll have 4 stars, because it lessens how many stars it has. Okay, and then I have Mobius Frost Monarch, which only takes 1 tribute. And when this card is tribute summoned successfully, you can destroy up to 2 spell or trap cards on the field. So, you know, that's a great thing, because, I mean, spell and trap cards have, like, major effect on the game. And you get rid of them, you know, you have a better chance of winning.
And then your 2 strongest. And
then I have Poseidra, the Atlantean Dragon, and it's got a pretty cool effect. You contribute 3 level 3 or lower water monsters, special summon this card from your hand to the graveyard. When you do, return all spell and trap cards on the field to the hand. And if you do, if 3 or more cards are returned to the hand by this effect, all monsters your opponent controls lose 300 attacks for each. So for each monster you send, so it could lose 900.
And then here's this big one.
Ocean Dragon Lord Neo Daedalus, whatever it is. He's a bad egg, alright?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Send Umi on your side of the field to the graveyard to send all cards in both players' hands and on the field to the graveyard except this card. So we'd send all cards to the graveyard and our hands to the graveyard. And I could attack him directly, so it would be a good thing. But what I need to do is I need to get maybe two more legendary oceans, which would be the best thing, which would make my monsters so much better and have less flaws in my deck, but I don't have any more right now. Okay, so my spell cards. I got Snap Steal, which take control of one of your opponent's face-up monsters. Your opponent gains 1,000 life points at each of his or her standby phase. That's an awesome card.
It's banned, but who cares? We do it for fun.
Yeah, we do this for fun. We don't care about banned. Mystical Space Typhoon. I got 2 of them. Target 1 spell trap card on the field. Destroy that target. United We Stand. For every face-up monster you control, increase the attack and defense of the equipped monster by 800 points. Say I got Mother Grizzly, then I got Joe Barnacle, and I got a Mermaid Knight down here. And I equip United We Stand to Mermaid Knight or whoever. It'll gain 8, 16, 2400 extra attack because United We Stand, there's 3 cards. So, that's a really cool card. And then I have Big Wave, Small Wave, and it works really good in water decks. Destroy all face-up water monsters on your side of the field. Then you can special summon water monsters from your hand up to the same number of monsters destroyed by this effect. So say I got 2 Mother Grizzlies, just for instance, and then I got my 2 strongest dudes in my hand, these 2 guys. I can use Big Wave, Small Wave to get rid of these 2 Mother Grizzlies, and Big Wave, Small Wave also goes to the graveyard. So those 3 go to the graveyard to summon these 2 guys. And, it's basically sacrificing 2 dudes for 2 guys, 2 awesome guys in 1 turn, and it's half the sacrifice amount. So, it's a really awesome card if you have, the right ones in your hand or whatever. And then Umiruku, which is not Umi, but it's still really good. And it pisses off my friend because all water monsters gain 500 attack, but they lose 400 defense. So it is flawed, but, big bonus from the 500 attack.
Now this card everyone should know.
Yeah, Monster Reborn. If I have to tell it to you, then you must be pretty new. Select 1 monster from either you or your opponent's graveyard. Special summon a selected monster on your side of the field.
But it has to be face up. The new card says the card has to be face up.
Yeah, and this is an older version, and we play it like that because it's fairer that way.
This card's banned too.
Yeah, and you should know this one as well.
You should know this one better than the other one.
Yeah, it's even more original. Draw 2 cards from your deck, which gets your cards out faster. And then the main key to my whole deck, a Legendary Ocean. This card's name is treated as Umi, which it is considered Umi. Downgrade all water monsters in both players' hands and on the field by 1 level. Increase the attack and defense of all water monsters by 200 points. So instead of Umiruku, where it increases the attack but lessens the defense, this one increases both but attack at a lesser magnitude.
And the level goes down. And it's Umi, so, everything goes down.
Yeah, so, I can summon Magic Shaolin with that on the field. So if I had 3 Magic Shaolins, that'd be pretty cool. And if I had 3 Legendary Oceans, that'd be pretty cool.
And plus, if this guy's on the field with Legendary Ocean, it's over.
Yeah, you're done for. But,
plus you have
not if I show you my trap cards. Alright, Smashing Ground, destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls that has the highest defense. So, that's a pretty cool card, too. This card pisses off my friends greatly. Burden of the Mighty.
Because it's a burden.
Yes, quite so. Each face-up monster your opponent controls loses 100 attack times zone level. So if you got a Mermaid Knight, it'll lose 400 attack. So it goes down all the way to 1100, which is actually a great decrease. And then if you have someone like one of my strongest 2 with 8 stars, that'll make it go from 2900 to 2100. So it'll be much easier to kill.
But it's still pretty hard to kill.
Yeah, 2100 is no easy. And then the one spell card that pisses them off probably mostly is if they have, if they had these 2 on the field, just for instance, those 2 out there, then, and I use this, which you just discard 1 card, and, discard 1 card from your hand, destroy all face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field.
Lightning Vortex is
Yep,
the name.
so it could really, F you up. Alright, and on to my trap cards.
One of his biggest secrets of the deck.
Well, it will be revealed now. Dark Bribe, I'd rather have 3 Dark Bribes than Magic Drain, even though Magic Drain is pretty good as well. I'll show you its effect right now. They're almost similar. But Dark Bribe is just negate the activation of an opponent's spell or trap card and destroy it. Your opponent draws 1 card. So, the only flaw of that is they draw 1 card. But it's better than Magic Drain, because Magic Drain, you can only activate this card when your opponent activates a spell card. See, that Dark Bribe's trap or spell. But this one's good, but not as good. Your opponent can discard 1 spell card from their hand to negate the effect of this card. If your opponent does not, negate the activation of your opponent's spell card and destroy it. So they can put one of their spell cards away, which is actually really good too. But it's not as, it's not as a for sure thing as Dark Bribe, which I would rather have Dark Bribe, where they could draw more cards than possibly negate. Because if I'm going to use Magic Drain, it's most likely going to be on a card that affects the duel greatly. I got 7 Tools of the Bandit. Pay 1,000 of your life points to negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. There's other cards out there that probably have better effects. But this one, I just like it. It's old school, and you only have to pay 1,000 life points. There's no, it ain't no, giant, long paragraph down here you gotta read. I hate those cards, like Magic Drain.
Or Relinquish.
Oh, God.
Small
yeah,
friends.
all the way down, this much of the card. Alright, Sakuretsu Armor. I got 2 of them in my deck. Sakuretsu Armor, activate only when your opponent declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster. And this is my main way of getting rid of big guys on the opponent's side of the field. Sakuretsu Armors, those 2. Widespread Ruin, almost the same card.
Not that much known of a card, though.
Yeah. Activate only when your opponent monster declares an attack. Destroy 1 attack this monster your opponent controls with the highest attack. So if he decides to attack with a noob first, you can destroy attack with the monster he has that is the strongest one.
But if it's a tie, you could choose.
Yeah, and it's bad if you want to kill the weaker one. But it's good if you want to kill the stronger one, Sakuretsu Armor is good for one thing, but Widespread Ruin is probably better. But I like either one. Dimensional Prison. Now, this is better. It's almost the same card, but it's better than Widespread Ruin or Sakuretsu Armor. Dimensional Prison. Activate only when your opponent declares an attack. Remove from play the attacking monster. So, it stops the attack, and it removes from play. So, it's out of the game completely. It's not even in the graveyard. It doesn't even belong there. It's not deserving. Alright, yeah, Dimensional Prison, if I had 3 of them,
Rape?
Yeah, rape, basically. Alright, Mirror Force. You should know what this one is, too.
So we're not even going to explain it.
Activate only when your opponent declares an attack, destroy all attack position monster your opponent controls. So, it's pretty bad. And the Ordeal of the Traveler, you can only activate this card effect when your opponent declares an attack. Your opponent selects 1 random card in your hand and calls the type of the card. Monster, spell, or trap. If your opponent calls it wrong, the attacking monster turns to his hand. So it's a pretty awesome card if they call it wrong, which they have a 1 in 3 chance of calling it right, and it works best if you have more cards in your hand. Last card in my deck.
Spells.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
This is a classic.
Call of the Hunted. Select 1 monster from your graveyard and special summon it. Invasive attack position. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When the monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So, it gets the monster back on the field, and that's my deck. So, it needs some improvements, but you know what? I'd do pretty good with it. Unless I'm going against an all-out defense deck, then I do pretty good with it most of the time. And no one really has a defense deck. So, alright. And that's all for my deck. And next episode we will show David's deck, the guy filming this. Alright. Alright.
Say goodbye.
Bye.